Hey, hey, hey! Welcome to Spitter Swall Beer Review. I'm Jammer.
I'm Shag Dog. What's up, everyone? Spare no expense. We are doing Dia de los Muertos, whatever.
Yeah, Shag Dog. This is a 13.7 ABV, man. This is known for its dark, heavy body and rich flavor profile.
Yes, they have their little thing. Our flagship Russian Imperial Stout always delivers this jet black, full body, delivers rich notes of baker's chocolate and freshly roasted coffee with just enough residual sweetness to conceal the booze and balance the bitterness.
I spilled just a little bit. You're gonna be, you know,
Yeah.
hating me for that.
Like oil coming out.
It's almost as dark as that other one that I had the other day. That was really good.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love drinking 14% beers.
Yeah,
It's in a 16-ounce can, too.
yeah. Um, yeah. This is what, Adroit or something like Adroit Theory
Oh,
Brewing or something.
yeah, Adroit Theory Brewing Company out of Purcellville, Virginia. I looked at some of their other cans. Most of their stuff is about death, and they got pentagrams and a whole bunch of weird stuff like that.
Oh, so this is, yeah. You said Purcellville, Virginia.
Yeah, you been
Ah,
through there?
okay.
Is
Yeah,
that your
it
home?
is dark, Shag Dog. I can't
Oh,
see any. Usually you get some like garnet or ruby hues or some other kind of
yeah.
color hues. I'm not getting that.
Maybe in the head a little bit. It looks like it's like some reddish in the head or something. I don't know.
Mm. The head to me, it looks like a nice you've seen those pictures of the Hawaiian beach that has the brown sand.
Is it brown or black?
They have brown. Well,
Oh,
Jamaica has a brown,
oh,
and
like so it's a dark sand. Yeah.
yeah, dark
Okay.
sandy brown looking color there with
Yeah.
but it quickly dissipated. Again, I didn't pour it too hard, but I poured it hard enough that I should have got some more head than I did.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah. It looks good. Black. Maybe some red hues in there. I don't know, garnet or whatever you want to call it. Ruby.
yeah.
Ruby, 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 Soho.
Ruby, won't you be mine all the time, Ruby? I'm getting coffee, Shag Dog.
Coffee, maybe a little vanilla,
Some chocolate,
some chocolate.
maybe like a touch of caramel.
I can smell the alcohol, but it's masked pretty good, I guess. But
Nice roasty coffee, chocolate,
yeah,
vanilla, caramel types
I'm ready.
aromas.
I'm ready to put it down the hatch.
All right, let's roll.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Mm.
Yeah, pretty smooth. It's sweet. Just on that first initial sip, Shag Dog, I will say that I think that this needs a little more roasted coffee flavor.
Yeah,
Even though now it's dissipating in my palate, I'm picking up more of the coffee, chocolate flavors, roastiness. But I like to taste it throughout. I like to taste a little of every, throughout.
I thought you were going to keep going. You said coffee flavor, roastiness. I thought you were just going to give every baker's chocolate.
No, I said just in my first initial little
Oh,
sip there. That's what I think that I would like to have more of. But I do get the chocolate, the vanilla, a little caramel. I'll go as far as to say some dark fruits.
yeah, maybe that with that sweetness a little bit. That's not super sweet, but undertone of sweetness.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty easy to drink for almost 14%.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Very easy to drink for that amount. This is something PA Brew News I would think wouldn't mind trying just because of the alcohol content. You know how he likes those high ABV beers.
Yeah, I mean, usually these type beers, I don't like drinking more than 2 beers. If I have this and then a regular beer is like 5 or 6%, I should call it a day at that point, but we never do.
Um, especially back in the day, we never did.
Yeah.
What kind of grade would I give this? Let's just give me another sip here. Well, it does have those flavors that we talked about. You know, I'm getting a little bitterness at the end. Um,
Did get a what, 90 on Beer Advocate, I think.
I'm getting coffee, the
91.
chocolate, the caramel, a little like vanilla flair there. The roastiness, a little bitter, dark fruit. I like it, and I think they did really well to cover up the alcohol, even though there is a little warming.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it down here by
Not
my
much,
stirring.
but a little bit, yeah. I'm at a B plus A minus, and I don't know which one to give just yet. You know, I'm like, I give it a sorta because it's pretty easy to drink, but
I think it's not robust. Like you said earlier about the coffee, I
Yeah.
prefer more of a coffee taste in there. I know,
yeah,
yeah,
I
not
give it a
every
B plus.
B
Yeah.
plus.
I'll go as far as give it a B plus because it does well to mask the alcohol, and it does have all those flavors in there. It's just that I think it needs to be a little more robust with the roastiness and coffee flavor.
Yeah, that's what I think too. It is a little slight, nice sweetness, not overly sweet. Yeah, the chocolate, the vanilla, like you said, like dark fruit. It's kind of too easy to drink, but
Yeah,
you do feel the
dangerous.
alcohol. You can tell. Well, this might have high alcohol. I feel it a little bit. So
Here's the thing: if you were, say, I came and I said, "Here, I poured you one of these Russian Imperial Stouts," you know what the alcohol content's supposed to be for a Russian Imperial.
right,
But if I came and said, "Hey, I poured you this stout. Here, have it," like that, and I'm drinking one, and I give you a mug full of it, would you guess that it's 14%, 13.7%?
no. I mean, even with if I picked up on the warming sensation, I would say, well, it's not very strong, but I'm getting a little warm. It's got to be about probably 11 or 12, maybe at the most, maybe 10, between 10 and 12, probably is what I would guess. But
Yeah.
that's almost 14. What is it, 13.7?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. And then the flavor, you probably would say the same thing about the flavor. It's just that you would pick up that little bit of a warming sensation and think it has to be at least that level of
Yeah.
ABV.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Imperial Stouts. Some of them taste good, but I just don't like high ABV drinks really myself.
Well, when we had Rasputin and Yeti and a few others that were kind of, up there, but not so. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, because they're all like around like 9 or 10, right? Somewhere around there.
I think the 9 to possibly the 12 range is, pretty decent for a imperial.
Yeah.
And I think that range. I think that's when it starts getting into the sweetness. And I don't like it overly sweet. I don't like it syrupy sweet. This is almost syrupy sweet. It's pretty close, but it's not so sweet that you can't drink it, But it's on the verge. Definitely on the verge of getting too sweet.
Yeah. Okay, guess that. Oh, man.
Hey, but that's my grade.
Yeah, I'll give it a I give it a B plus and a Swarter, swallow and a quarter.
Oh, you're doing the same, huh?
Is that what I thought you said a swaff. Oh, I guess Swarter. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I would give it an A minus, maybe even a swaff. Like I said, if it had a little bit more robustness and coffee roastiness in it.
Mm-hmm.
I like a little roasty, like my women.
You like to be toasty too.
I like it like my women, black, strong, and robust.
You should have said sweet.
Yeah, I think I had a girl trying to scam me. I think she was probably from Africa, but she was saying she was somewhere out by the coast of Carolina, South Carolina. But then, I could look on Google too. They could see the town I live in, right, on a dating site. So they could look up a street. Oh, what main street? There's a main street going through. Oh, you know where this? I have a sister.
Well, you should have said, well, "Hey, it's funny. I'm over there right now on the coast. Where you at?"
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I can still get away from here and go meet up with you.
Yeah, but she asked for my phone number real quick too. I was like, "Yeah, women don't ask for phone numbers that quick." So.
Yeah. Yeah. Unless you're rich.
I just didn't roll out. Yeah, unless they knew I was rich. Yeah. But look at me.
You're rich in a lot of things.
I'm rich in spirit.
I heard you have to actually feel it. You have to feel like you're rich and act like you're rich, and you'll be rich.
Yeah, they say everything's positivity. You gotta be positive about everything. Even if you're doing the worst job in the world, you gotta be positive about it.
Yeah. Well, that's the rich people like the Rothschilds trying to brainwash you.
Yeah, trying to make you feel better about your life.
Yeah. Well, you just gotta believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Believe in one hand and shit in the other, and see which one fills up first. Your belief or your shit.
I think positivity does make your day feel better. If you can stay positive.
I think positivity is, if you send that out into the universe, eventually positivity comes back to you.
Oh.
And I truly believe that, because when you see somebody that's completely negative and constantly complaining and saying, "Well, that's Murphy's Law," it just, if it had to happen to me, it always happens to me. Da 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 da. Blah, blah, blah. They complain. Sure enough, something else happens to them, and something else happens to them, and it happens to them again.
What is Murphy's Law?
Murphy. They had a law, and it's like what something that's bad going to happen is sure to happen.
Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. Coined in the 1940s, attributed to aerospace engineer Captain Edward A. Murphy Jr.
Reminds us that errors are inevitable.
Yeah, that's true too. I mean, and there's some people like my ex-girlfriend. Every time, I don't know if she just knew she was going to get a bad steak. She got a bad steak all the time. She wanted like well done or whatever, and it was usually rare.
It's like if you drive in a parking lot and believe you're going to find a space up close, you'll find a space up close.
Yeah.
If you go in there thinking it's packed, I'm never going to find a space up close. I'm going to have to walk forever. Like that. Sure enough, you'll be out there walking forever.
Yeah, if you're driving around a square looking for a place to eat, and your friend's telling you Big Ben,
yeah,
Big Ben, and you're like, fuck. And you're like, yeah, we're headed back toward the hotel. We're not going to find a place. Hey, there's a place right there. We're on the bridge now. Well, I don't give a fuck and do a U-turn. And then the said friend wasn't happy with his fish and chips.
Where was that at?
That was when we went to Longboat Key. And then we went look for a place to eat. We drove all the way up Anna Marie Island, came back with Bradenton, went all the way down to Sarasota, drove around the fucking square there in Sarasota, and that's when you're Big Ben. I wasn't catching it at first. I heard you say Big Ben, and you're like, Big Ben, or whatever. And I was like, fuck it, let's go back to the hotel. We'll find something to eat later.
Oh, yeah, we went to that one place that was closer to the water, right?
Yeah, it was by like the inlet or whatever.
Yeah. And it was all right. It wasn't greatest, but it was okay, I guess. I wasn't the happiest with the food, but it was all right.
That was the longest drive I ever went looking for a place to eat, though.
I know.
We went Longboat up there at Hannah Island, Bradenton, down to Sarasota, back up before we get to Longboat. And we were almost at Longboat, and you did a U-turn on the bridge. I said, we're passing out. Oh, it doesn't matter. Fucking U-turn with the minivan.
Hey, it is what it is. When you're hungry.
It was a good view though with that restaurant. I give it that. I think I had a hamburger or something. You guys go original, right?
Well, here's the thing. I'm going to be on. Well, I'm not going to say that phrase because it's always comes off as being so, whatever. Seafood here in Florida, it's hard to find any good. It really is. You can go to a few restaurants here and there, and you'll be lucky enough. Maybe you'll find something good. But for the most part, you can't find any good seafood around here. All the good seafood gets shipped out.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, let's face it. One place, I think it was called Alexander's or Alexander's, I think it was, down in Key West. Me and my wife went down there and we had seafood there. It was a fancy restaurant. We just happened to go there and say, let's just give it a shot, that kind of thing. Walked in, ordered it. I ordered grilled lobster tail and some other stuff, and it came out. It was one of the best grilled lobster tails I ever had. It was just awesome. The food was awesome. But I've been to plenty of places that they say is really good. Shells, what was that other one called? Rock something.
Rock, paper, scissors.
Rock Fledge, something.
That's at Key West, or
no? I'm talking about in Florida in general.
When did you and your wife go to Key West? I didn't hear about that story.
Years ago. Years ago.
Oh, before you got married. Mm-hmm. Because I thought you went down there with me and Chaz.
Been down there with you and Chaz. I've been down there with Chaz, and I've been down there with my wife.
Did Chaz go down there with you twice, or just a one time?
Just one time.
Just a one time. Okay.
Because you never went with Chaz.
No. Oh. Yeah, because I think when you went with him, I was with Stacy. She wasn't going to let me go to Key West again.
Yeah, that's right. You were being, pussy whipped.
Yeah. Draining all my cash.
Yeah. Well, no, you can't go. You spend too much money. I got all that earmarked.
Did you see that thing I sent you about how much money I made through the years and how I'm like below where my best years and making money was 2003 to 2007?
Was it?
Yeah, because at that time I worked for the state and I was getting regular raises up till 2007 point. Mm. Then we didn't get a raise at all. The state of Florida at that point, no raises. So I quit 2013, still no raise. I went back 2015. They finally got a raise 2017. So I was like, man.
Yeah, that figures.
And then what I'm making now is the most I've ever made in my life, but I'm about $8, $10 compared to where I should be from that 2007 onward.
Oh, yeah. Well, if you really get down to it, if you think about it, like I said one time before, years ago, back in the 90s, early 90s, Walmart opened up a distribution center out in Ridge Manor there in Florida. Mm-hmm. And they were starting people off. Now, this is the crazy part. They started people off out there at, what was it? $11.75, $12, something like that. And I was making more than that at the time, so I didn't want to go, and so I didn't go. I stayed right where I was at, which was at the Winn-Dixie in Ridge Manor and everything like that. But there were several people that had worked at Winn-Dixie that left to go there, and did quite well, out there and all that stuff. But what I was getting at is that years later, say back in 2016, 17, 18, around that range,
Yeah.
They opened up an Amazon distribution center out here in Tampa, close by. Well, shit, it's in Tampa there, Brandon area.
Yeah.
They started hiring people for that job. The lowest person out there, Walmart distribution, was making like $11, $12. They started hiring just to start. $9.75.
Amazon?
Yeah,
Really? What year was that?
2018, 2016.
I thought Amazon's not paying less than $18 an hour or something.
Nah, that was a bunch of bullshit.
Because here in Augusta, Amazon
back then
pays 18.
they wouldn't. They started out putting jobs out there for that kind of pay. People were like, "Oh yeah, so I'm going to go." I thought I wanted to go to Amazon because I thought it'd be a great job and everything. But then they're not paying anything. And I said, "What's wrong with the picture? You got them paying this amount, 20 some odd years, later,
Yeah, Walmart distribution.
less than Walmart was paying."
Yeah,
back
Walmart
in the
distribution
90s.
now isn't paying that much. At least here in the Carolinas, I looked, they're paying starting off like $18 an hour or something. Walmart distribution.
Yeah, but here's the thing, back then they were paying so much more, and now they're paying less.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, even where I worked, I think the starting pay is 22. You got to figure in 2003, the starting pay was like 14.60.
Yeah.
So it's only gone up $8. And how many years? That's 23 years.
I'm just. It's not supposed to go down. It's supposed to go up.
Yeah, it goes up, but if you look over at inflation, it really
No,
hasn't
it doesn't
gone up.
go up because look. Here's the prime example. Walmart distribution was paying $11, $12 an hour back in the early '90s,
Yeah.
and 20 years later, Amazon is hiring people at $9.75.
I can't believe they're doing it down there because supposedly here they start off at
Well,
18
that was back in 2018. Now, granted, they may have increased it now, but they just opened it up. You would have thought they would have been paying some good pay. Get people in there.
Not in Florida.
20 years later, Walmart distribution was paying 11, 12. You would think they at least paid that. Is what I'm getting at. 20
Yeah.
years later, you would think they at least pay that kind of money,
I
even
just
though
can't-
it's 20 years. The amount of years in regard to the money, you would thought, okay, if Walmart was paying 11, 12, they should be at least paying at least 23,
Yeah, I
24,
can't.
25.
Yeah, I can't believe they started off that low. That's
Yeah.
crazy because that's hard to get. Why are you going to do that? There's other factories and stuff out there paying $20 an hour.
And on top of it, they have such strict rules. I mean, when you clock in at your station, your machine, which means you walk all the way from the parking lot in, all the way to your machine at that time. You need to be there on your machine right exactly at 10 o'clock. And you need to be clocking in. And then when you go to break, well, guess what? You have to clock out from your break right at the machine and go to break, which may be the lunchroom, may be all the way down at the other end of the building.
Yeah.
And then when you return, you better be on your machine in 30 minutes. You better be on your machine, clocking in at the 30-minute mark.
Yeah. So that's when I worked.
So you were spending all your time walking all this distance, walking there.
Yeah. That was the same when I worked customer service. We had to clock in on our station on a computer. So you went to break, clock out. So now you got to walk. Even if it's only a 2-minute walk or a minute walk, that's still 2 minutes there and back.
Yeah. To me, it's a bunch of bull, And then on top of it, what they were talking about, how the Amazon drivers were having to carry around a bucket to piss in and all that kind of stuff because they can't stop to go use the restroom or anything like that. They need to keep moving, Oh, wow. You're finishing that up, huh?
I beat you.
I didn't know it was a race.
Look at that, Jerry. It wasn't a race, but I think,
You sure you poured all yours?
look, on this one, I knew
Yeah.
I saw the way you were drinking it like a little girl. I thought I'm going to beat him this time.
Well, I was holding back because of you. I mean, I could have had it gone already, but I figured I'd sip it. And
No, because I remember the first time I poured more the rest in, I was like, "You're still high." I was like, "Yeah, I'm going to beat him." Because that's how damn good I am with stouts.
Well, it is what it is.
Now, if you get an IPA,
Hey, what do you think about that whole LaGuardia thing, man?
LaGuardia, the airport.
The airplane that ran into the fire engine.
I didn't hear nothing about that.
Okay, so there was an airplane. Air Canada was running for Jazz Air or whatever like that. They were coming in for a landing, and they came in for the landing. They're going 100 miles an hour down the runway, trying to slow down and all that stuff like that. And just slowly slowing down, like that.
Yeah.
Fire engine was given the go ahead to go, and then the fire engine's going across because they're going to another emergency or whatever like that. So they're going across. All of a sudden, the plane hits the fire engine, and the air traffic controller was trying to call him off when he realized what he had done. He was like, stop, truck one, stop, couldn't stop him. The fire engine going.
I think you should play that part when the movie comes out.
Two people.
You did a good job there.
The two pilots died.
Really?
Yeah. And several people injured. One lady got thrown 300 feet.
So did the plane actually wreck, tumble, or whatever? Or
no, the plane wrecked. And so let me go ahead and tell you. The plane wrecked into the fire engine, demolished the fire engine. It's dead to the world.
Oh, the firefighter is dead, or?
I don't know about the firefighters because there was only 2 deaths, and that was the pilots.
Okay.
So the firefighters probably came out with some serious injuries, but whatever,
I'm wondering how the pilots died. They're up high, though, but
When they crashed, man, it tore up that plane, and it tore it up. It's terrible. It looked, the whole nose is messed up, and the front 2 rows of that plane for the first class or whatever, it destroyed it. Anyway, so the 2 pilots died, several injuries. The one lady who was a flight attendant there was in her seat. You know how they have that little seat that they sit in?
Yeah.
And she was buckled up and everything, and she was still in her seat, buckled up, when she got thrown 300 feet. She ended up with only a broken leg.
That's good.
But she survived,
so she was thrown from the plane.
Thrown from the plane,
feet.
yeah.
Wow. Anybody else thrown from
the pilots tried to brake initially when they're like braking for the landing and then braking again, and then all of a sudden the fire engine went across and they smacked the hell out of it, like that.
So is there anybody else in the cockpit besides the 2 pilots? I mean, a lot of planes don't have navigators anymore, I don't believe. I think it's just 2 pilots.
The 2 pilots were in there, and they both died, so, Now, here's the thing. The air traffic controller could be heard on the recording saying that he messed up. He cleared the truck to go and tried to call him off, tried to call the plane off, all that stuff. He couldn't do that kind of stuff, and he's blaming himself. Granted, he had another emergency going on, so he's probably spread thin to begin with.
Yeah.
And then he ended up letting the truck go, and then the truck went. My issue with it, and the firefighters nothing's been heard from them yet, as far as I know. But the firefighters, you're driving that fire engine, even though you're cleared to go across a runway. I mean, fuck. You're cleared to run it, right? Run across the runway and everything. I'm still going to fucking look.
And as quick you could take 5 seconds to go across, you should be able to look to see if a plane's coming.
Oh, I mean, I'd be looking up. I'd be looking that direction.
Yeah.
I'd be constantly looking. And guess what? If I saw the plane was there and I saw that I was inevitably going to wreck, I would spin it around. I would do something. I would turn and try to get away from it.
Yeah. I mean, I can see it. If it was nighttime, you've got lights all over the fucking
Well,
place.
it was at night. It was around 12, something like that. But you still should see the airplane coming in. I mean, my God. But anyway, yeah. So that's been the terrible thing right now. And then there's another plane wreck somewhere else. Yeah, I told my wife. I said, you know what? I guarantee you that the air traffic controller was spread thin because they always do that to the air traffic controllers. I don't know why they think they can spread them out like like a thin little wafer, covering all kinds of things. It goes down to this. They sit there and they watch and they log and they direct traffic, and it's boring, right? It's all so far in between. You're not really doing anything for several minutes, hours, whatever. So there's a lot of downtime in between it and all that stuff. But it's those moments where they're busy. They have to stay alert and do their job. And when you spread them thin, it sounds good in the beginning. Well, yeah, we don't need that extra one. Let's just go ahead and use this one to cover 5 instead of one for every 2. Or
I got you. Yeah. I know that's what you always wanted to be, was the air traffic controller.
No, not necessarily. I thought it would be good. My dad was an air traffic controller in the military. I thought it would be good only because the money. There's a lot of money to be made as an air traffic controller. Of course, you have a lot of responsibility and everything like that. Yeah. I think I could have done well at it. I don't like mathematics, so I probably wouldn't have been good at that, but I wouldn't have needed it in this day and age because they got the computers,
Right. That is true.
I talk about drunk math all the time like that.
I digress.
My math is pretty much drunk all the time. Yeah, you ready for another one? Are you locked up, buddy? What happened? What happened, Shag Dog? Hello? All right. Well, let's get to the next one, guys and gals and everything in between. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, and sharing. I'm Jammer. My friend there that's froze with his mouth all covered is Shag Dog. That's right. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for watching. Take care. Bye. We'll be back in just a few minutes. We're on the Bitter Swab Beer Review.